5:01, shall we begin? Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Present.
Commissioner David,
Present.
Commissioner Gossick Sideman is here,
I think so.
Vice Mayor Moore,
Present.
Mayor Hillman,
Present.
and Town Manager Labadie.
Present.
Thank you.
We all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? If not, may we have a motion?
I move that we accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There are no presentations. This meeting, by the way, for anybody that's watching, which is probably 3 or 4 people, is only for the passing of the budget and setting the mill rate. So this is the second reading for public hearings. So we're on to resolution number 2022-020. It's for the final budget. It can be found on page 8. And it's a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Highland Beach, Florida, adopting a final budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022, and ending September 30th, 2023, determining and fixing the amounts necessary to carry on the government of the town for the ensuing year, providing for severability, conflicts, and an effective date. David, do you want to run us through real quickly on the budget again?
Absolutely. And also as part of the requirements, it was advertised in the Sun Sentinel on September 16th. Obviously, we will have the affidavit of publication that will then have to go to the Florida Department of Revenue, as well as other state agencies to make sure that we've obviously applied with all state statutes in setting a millage. As we discussed before, no changes from the September 6th meeting that we had. The millage rate of 3.2294 mils will be the same operating.
Excuse me, this is just the budget. Millage rate comes next.
I apologize. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. So no changes. We are still looking, we're still holding steady at a total budget, which includes the general fund, discretionary sales tax, building department, water and sewer fund for a total of $23,224,265.
Thank you, David.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, John? Anything?
Well, no, other than I'll just reinforce that in the budget, it would be really good for you to, what I call vital signs for the budget, that one pager that kind of summarizes, if you could give us an update on that, I don't know, monthly, if that's not too much of a problem. I think it's important for us to see the ongoing progress. And as I said, maybe using a color scheme to denote what's red.
Yep.
Which I hope we don't see too much of, but no, I think that this is all pro forma and a continuation
Yes,
of many meetings.
same as the last one. Okay, Evelyn, anything?
No, we've gone over this. It's fine.
Okay, Peggy?
Just a quickie, how will the House grants funds be designated?
Say that one more time, please.
The House grants funding, which we will be receiving 650,000, how will that be allocated?
That's all being brought down to the casino. We're putting it on red. It'll get double up.
Tickets, right?
I'll turn that over to Marshall. Would you expand on that?
Yeah, once we get the formal paperwork, we will bring a budget amendment recognizing on the revenue and expense side, and it'll show it in the appropriate locations, most likely in the water side of things. And we'll have a little bit in the general fund as well for the fire grant.
Yeah, that's true. I will review any restrictions. When that paperwork comes in along with the check, we'll review any of those restrictions and obviously adhere to those. And anything that we want to carry out, we will obviously bring a budget amendment to you and then show you that these are the funds that will be used for that.
That answered, okay.
Yes, thank you. The paperwork should be forthcoming. So thank you very
Okay.
much.
Anything else? We're good. Okay.
Awesome.
Natasha, anything?
Nothing for me. Looks good.
Okay, nothing for me. We need a motion.
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 2022-020, adopting the budget for the calendar year of October 1st, 2022, ending September 30th, 2023.
Second.
I think we need a roll call.
Yes. Commissioner David,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Yes.
Commissioner Gossett Sideman,
Yes,
and Mayor Hillman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, now we'll move on to resolution number 2022-021. That's the resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Highland Beach, Florida, adopting a final millage rate of 3.2294 mils for the town's general operating funds for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023, providing that the final millage rate of 3.2294 mils is 12.6404% greater than the computed rollback rate of 2.8670 mils, providing for severability, conflicts, and an effective date. Marshall, do you want me to read the resolution into the minutes?
I don't think you need to, but it is a
Okay.
public hearing. I don't see anybody, so yeah, we're
So-
good.
Good,
No,
we're good. Okay, I'll turn it over to you. One thing you might want to just touch on, explaining what the rollback rate is. So if anybody's watching or will watch at a later date, they understand it.
Sure, understand. Thank you very much. And before I get to that, the 3.2294 mils has been the same. This will be the consecutive fourth year in a row that the operating budget has remained at that millage rate. And of course, we reduced the debt service millage to 0.3581. And thank you for that correction earlier, and it was advertised as required on September 16th. And yeah, so the rollback rate, basically layman's terminology, it takes your last year's budget and doesn't apply any growth to it. It says, hey, let's exclude growth. And this right here is really what the rollback rate would be. There are some changes in there that the state of Florida applies to it as far as any cost of living adjustments and things like that, as far as the population size. Our population is relatively the same, but mainly it reduces any growth as well as increase in fair market value. So it kind of strips those out and says this would be the millage if those things didn't happen. And so that's what it is in general.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Any comments on the mill rate?
I do, in that, for the amount of work that goes into establishing a mill rate based on a budget, based upon what we're trying to do as a town, all of our goals, ambitions, intentions, and all of that. Let the record show that we have no one here in our audience except our chief of police, which he always attends our meetings. Hopefully, we have a few that are watching live, or will, as the mayor mentioned, will watch later. But even with all of this, you would think there would be some concern, but we are holding the line. It's not a situation where we're raising the rates or doing crazy things. So this is all fitting the intention for the town to move forward with financial prudence. And what I think they should expect, and maybe that's the reason why they're not here. So overall, excellent job. I'm very pleased. Thank you.
I think the key, if I may, before I turn over, is what we've been able to accomplish in the 2.5 years that we've been together as a team here without raising the mill rate.
That's amazing.
Okay. And some of the things we've accomplished don't cost anything, but many of the things we've accomplished do cost money, like having a new Marine division. And we've been able to do this without raising taxes. So that's a big feather in our cap. So I think that's something we should all be very proud of.
And
so
doing
well
it
done.
without the acrimony that you see in other towns very
Oh,
close to
yeah.
us.
And one other comment, the reason the chief is here is to keep the crowd.
Very good, very good.
Turn it over to you, Lynn.
No, it's just, yeah, I agree. I think I'm very proud of the fact that we're able to keep the millage rate where it is and still do good things. So thank you.
Peggy, all yours.
Number one safest town in the county, and I think we're doing a great job. I thank my fellow commissioners moving forward.
Tasha.
Yeah, so it's a 1% reduction, correct? Like overall, when you just look at the Highland Beach piece,
Yep.
including the debt millage. So just for everyone to keep that in mind, because I feel like some people disconnect from the water rates and the taxes that the millage rate actually did go down by 1% just for the Highland Beach portion. It's not the full tax rate because you have to consider the county, but I think the county also reduced theirs by 1% as well. So the millage rate, should almost be in total, a reduction of 1% because the county also reduced it the same that we did. So, yeah, so I think that's really good news and I think it's great. So nothing further.
I just need to add that none of this would have been possible without Marshall. So thank you, Marshall.
Thank you, Marcia.
Okay, back to you.
Yep, and again, a lot of this was brought forth, because of there is an increase in property
Right.
values. Do you know what I mean? And so, and thank you for reminding the people who are watching is that, the Highland Beach portion is 25% or
Right.
less.
Right.
You're still gonna have those other districts in there, and obviously we can't control that. We can control our portion of said property taxes. But yeah, without Marshall's leadership as well as just an overall great team coming from the top, obviously. It's a pleasure to be here and good things are in store. That's all I have.
Okay, I think we need a motion.
I make a motion that we accept resolution number 2022-021, setting the final millage rate of 3.2294 mils for the general operating funds for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner David,
Yes.
Commissioner Gossick Sideman,
Yes.
Commissioner Shoemaker,
Yes,
Vice Mayor Moore,
Yes.
Mayor Hillman,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, now we have a commission meeting coming up on October the 4th at the regular time, 1:30. And we'll move on to the town manager's report.
Nothing at this point.
You had a good vacation, right?
Yeah, and I'm so relaxed. I didn't even think all the things that are stressing us. No, all well. We got to the budget. We got to the finish line. Again, just to remind folks that didn't note or read anything, we were able to last week secure our final approval of the COCPN. So we are now our own fire department and moving in that direction. But again, a lot of work up front. We still got to get that station up and make some other changes, staffing, operational protocols. And so we had a good week last week, got a couple of days off, so I feel great. But thank you, David. Good job on the budget. So everything looks great.
Good. I will comment that the Fed raised interest rates another 3/4 of a point this afternoon. So getting the loan when we got the loan at the rate we got was
Good
well done. It worked out well. Okay. Not on the agenda, but if anybody wants to say anything or add anything, now it's time. Once, twice, gone. Okay, it is 5:15. I think this is the shortest meeting on record. We will adjourn. Thank you all.
Thank you.